All right, welcome to the podcast. First actual episode, because last time was a fail.
All
Uh,
all
the
of them were
audio
fucking fails.
problems, the start as
Yeah,
well. Anyway, it's actually post
everything's a
vacation.
fail. Christ.
I hate that feeling when you have to go back to school after sleeping late until 5 a.m. By the way, I do not recommend sleeping at 5 a.m. and waking up at 12 or 2, or
That's
sleep
your
at.
problem. That's your problem, dude. I never sleep at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, but
I,
I'm giving some advice to those who plan to do it if they have too much free
no, they're
time.
not. Okay, they're not gonna care because people who already sleep at like 5 a.m. anyway doesn't care about life, so they won't care about. Like I always sleep at like if it's school days, I always sleep like 10, and I wake up like 4 or something. And I think I feel better that way. Even though at school I still like sleep in like one of the
Dude,
periods or
I
something.
actually I just had an 11-hour sleep and I still fell asleep in class.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
That's because of your routine. You keep sleeping at 5, so your body's fucking weak.
No, I got really sleepy because of migraine attacks.
Oh, that too.
All right, so yeah, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Francis, co-host of Cali Cheese Podcast. I'm probably the cheese guy.
Wait, aren't I the co-host?
Oh,
Sure.
we're
Whatever.
we're the two cocoa 50 cocoa 50%.
Cocoa Puffs. Okay. Yeah. And I'm Callie, the co-host. 50%.
All right, so it's been 1 week after the vacation. Our Christmas break started I don't know, December, and started school at January 7.
Yeah, about 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, about a week.
Yeah, I had 3 headaches in a row every day, and I just fell asleep napping.
You gotta sleep better, dude.
I even slept for 8 hours on Sunday just to wake up on
Okay,
Monday.
it doesn't look. Okay, at what time do you wake up?
I wake up 5:45.
When do you sleep?
Um.
Right.
No comment.
Yeah, I can't look.
I would have no comment for that. It's unusual. It depends.
Okay, yeah, that's fishy. Just it's not about getting enough rest, but getting enough uh, like like you should sleep earlier. I think that's what helps. Actually taking time because your body starts to break whenever you sleep at 12 or more. It starts really getting funky. But if you sleep before that, then yeah.
Yeah, but even if I had 11-hour sleep, I still got sleepy.
It's not a wait. Do you? Okay, that's why I'm asking. What time do you sleep?
Let's say I slept at 10, woke up 5:45. That's a lot, right?
Okay, yeah, sure.
And then in school I'm sleepy again.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like that. You kind of have to, if you're waking up at 4ish, 5ish, because sometimes I just try to get some sleep. It's I wake up at 4, I shower and everything, and then I sleep again. Just so I don't have to shower later on.
I even sleep in the car, and then
that doesn't help,
in
right?
the bus, I
how
fall
long is
the school bus going home. I fall asleep. I go home. I fall asleep. I don't even if I have 12 hours of sleep, I still fall asleep in the afternoon.
Yeah, me too. That one, yeah. Every time I go home, I always fall asleep first. That's why sometimes man, I gotta do this homework. No, you're not gonna do this homework because you're probably gonna go to sleep.
I'd rather have school start at 9 and at 5 if that was still a thing. That's a thing in Japan. Some people start 9 and 5. Hey, I could just wake up a bit late, get that actual rest, and then just wake up at 9. I should wake up 8, leave, get there at 9.
I mean, my school doesn't start until 8, 10. but I just wake up. I just go to school at like 6 anyway, cause you know, I don't know. It was kind of a chore for me back then in my old school, and I've gotten used to it really. Like I've gotten used to it really, really, really well. So I just started like I can't go out of that routine now. It just stuck to me.
Oh man, and like I always get poofed. I don't know why. Regardless, unless I'm excited. If I'm excited, I'm not. Or motivated a lot. Because even if I'm motivated, I still end up like, oh, I'm so tired, just gonna sleep.
Yeah. So yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how I spent my vacation. Like, sleep late, and sleep even more, play video games or something, and then sleep and then eat. Be lazy,
Man,
play basketball, I don't know. Watch
this
movies.
first week, I couldn't even get much. Like I don't know. I didn't even play much, any games, and like from Monday.
Yeah, same
It's
here.
like Friday. I mean, not Friday because I'm playing games on Friday, but I didn't even touch anything. There was so many stuff that I have to catch up and everything. And I had to like, oh no, I forgot to do this on my vacation. And I had to like write a 4-page, like 6-page English and stuff. And I'm like, oh
Yeah, you
man,
just gotta make the text, like the font really big or something.
no, you can't do that. They have the specific.
Do they have a
always, like,
standard for
12.
6 pages?
They have, yeah, of course. There's like 12. What is it like?
Times New Roman 12.
Yeah.
Hey, like the thing is, like
Times New Roman.
sometimes I like, hey, if like regarding my college thing, like why do I have to like write so much stuff if I'm not even gonna like use it critically in, let's say, science papers? If it's like talking about like English, talking about certain social topics and stuff, like I don't use that stuff. Why can't it's for me? It's more effective if I just one-on-one talk with somebody. Like I don't know what I'm gonna
Right.
write for in
Yeah,
a
like,
certain amount of time with a certain amount of minimum words, okay, and maximum words.
Yeah, like an oral analysis or something.
Yeah, an oral analysis is much better, and that takes like 10 minutes or like 15 minutes. Okay, not like an hour, like 2 hours just to take
dude,
like an
I
assessment.
get you. For real, because my English was so we had to read, and then there were questions, right, and we had to answer them, and then like I had to answer so much because if you wanna get a good grade, you have to answer a lot, and it has to be detailed.
Yeah, and there's a criteria. I'm really like skeptic about criterias for like writing because hey, it's like hey, if you can't do this, like what are you in like in English, you know? Like, I just look at the criteria. It's like, why do I need this? Like, why? If I can just do it decently, like, and I get it that we have to practice like writing skills. Let's say if you're being a lawyer or something, but I guess like
Right.
I wish you could just specialize even more in what you wanted to do.
I mean, if you're a writer, or if you're someone who's pursuing English and literature, you kind of have to know, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So, but for my homework, it was like the 6 pages one. I was like, I understand a book. I don't want to write like a 6-page thingy. Come on, like if you just come up to me and ask all those questions, I can answer them, and I can probably answer them pretty well. Like, oh, this is connecting to this, and then I'll probably talk about like the metaphors, imageries, and like how this is all connected, how this is connected to World War II and stuff. But like, no, you got it right. It's more 6 pages long.
Like, I don't get like why is there a minimum? I know you want to get used to it, but
No minimum.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like grades is just a judgment. It's like it's not like a one-on-one talk. It's like you gotta write it.
Oh, you know what? My history teacher. No, I'm not gonna say who, but like, my history teacher was talking about that. I think about the IA or wait, no, about because what was the E again? Like 1,000 hours or something.
Which one? The EE?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a lot of hours.
Yeah, I think it was like 1,000 somewhere around that hours, and then his complaint was like, "What if you're not done like in 1,000 hours? Like, what? Because you know, if you're in real life later on, if you're like gonna write something like an EE as well, but an extended essay, but not for academic purposes, maybe for as your job or something, right? You're gonna have a lot more time than just 1,000 hours. That's what he said. Like, it doesn't make sense to like limit someone with an amount. Like, they can do whatever they want, and how and like as long as they want to.
Of course, the generic excuse would be training for the future.
Yeah, for the future. The future, I have a lot of time in the future, like a lot more time.
Yeah, we got like things we gotta do, you know, we got like lives. But you know, at the
Yeah.
same time, it's all about time management because that's what everyone says, and I would agree. Yeah, time management, like it's up to you. You could like do it if you don't procrastinate. Like I procrastinate, but not too much. Like, I can just focus on a thing.
Yeah, that's why I always like the time management and all that. I kind of that's why I was like, okay, if you're like I don't know, like you're in elementary. I think you're supposed to learn those stuff like time management, respect, all those like stuff that will prepare you more later on in like the learning stages. And like not just in academia but like in your life, because you're just you're growing up, you're in elementary, your brain is growing up, so you need to get as much information, and the information that is particularly important are those like morals and time management,
Yeah,
right?
I want like
Like that.
those realistic things. I used to like meet with the guidance. There's a guidance counselor thing before. Like you have to meet with the guidance counselor, talk about stuff, be more realistic with things. But I don't see that happening when I transferred, and it's not really a typical thing now. It's just like I don't know. Our guidance counselor is really supposed to have like to talk with you about things about reality. Like there's a difference between like the school life and it's stuff like paying taxes. Like I don't even know a single thing about paying my taxes or like paying bills. I don't know what to do.
We're gonna have
And
to
at the
do
same
it.
time,
You're
it's
gonna
like
pay them.
yeah, take my initiative to like, oh hey, I gotta do this. I can ask my parents if I could do it for them, but school, learning things, subjects, quite repetitive. Yeah,
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
I actually like my history teacher a lot because sometimes he explains economics, right? Even though we're in history and I'm like learning history, but like every time I hear from like the econ kids, they're like talking about some other stuff that's like I don't like. Okay, but every time I'm talking to like my history teacher, every time he talks about economics, he always talks about like stocks, the market and stuff. And that's the one that's gonna like kind of help you learn more about like the market and stuff. Like, oh, this is how you sell stocks. This is how you like buy stocks. Which stocks do you have to buy with like dividends, high dividends, or something like that. Like, oh, this one serves to a lot of like purposes. It has a lot of purposes, and will probably like if it dips down, that means you have to buy and stuff like that. Like, I learned more about economics with my history teacher than like anything else, and like the econ kids probably learn more as well. Like about economics that they can actually uh, attribute into your into real life later on.
Yeah, like how is like the economy in like Indonesia?
No,
Like, is it
that's
like what type of like economy? Are you like full of capitalists or something? Like everyone,
no,
like just rich and poor?
no oh, well, yeah, I guess, yeah. It's like the, but it's like I don't know how to say it. I mean, it's standard. It's like it's all in a line. There's people who are really rich, who are really poor, you know, and but it's more or less on. It kind of jumps up from poor to normal, just like And poor as in like, I mean, there's still a lot. They have a house, right? But like, I don't think they even have like second floors and shit, right?
So
And
like, what's it called? It's like how would you describe the like? Aren't you like very nationalist? Like not you, but the country. Isn't Indo like very
oh yeah, definitely,
nationalist,
definitely, like for real,
patriotic
like
about them? You know,
really, really patriotic.
like I think you guys like don't even have like Netflix.
I think it's also because of our history, like, because we were, like, pillaged and colonized by
Pillaged.
pillaged and colonized by the Dutch people, or like the Dutch by at least like 300 years more, and that kind of like
300
messed up.
years.
Yeah, more
That's like
than 300 years.
like also like the Philippines like 300 or more.
Yeah, 300 more.
Spanish colonization.
I think it was more. Like it was just. I think it just got. But we didn't know it was colonization back then. It was just like, oh, there's kind of helping us. It's just the market. They're helping us in the market or something. No, it's called colonization, and it probably went into like 3,000 years or something, right?
Oh yeah, I
We're
saw
not gonna
like
talk about it.
this joke. It's like the colon turns things into poo, and it, like this like Singaporean guy said that, oh, the British are colonizers because they turn people into like poo or something.
Okay, you know what? Every time I hear like Singaporeans whining about being colonized by the British or something, I wanna scream. I literally wanna scream. They got it good. British people are at least educated back then. All right, back then they're educated, and they colonized by using taxes. And sometimes the taxes are not that fair, but you're not getting whipped. All right, at least you're not getting whipped. You're not getting.
And
You're
they
not being
are
a
first
slave.
world as well. They are a first world country, right? Singapore.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not developing.
They are very developed in Asia. It's like another like good. It's like one of the best Asians.
They're like Japan. Like.
Like Japan just economically got up, and I think we have some technical issues. All right, so once we talk to myself, I'll be explaining why. If you're looking at the screen here, you can see this Doctor Genius thing with a little guy. That's because we were just looking for a background. Like for the thing that's actually like not just some black background. It's something with movement, so there's like an audio visualizer from Monstercat.
Right.
Oh wait, you're actually here? Were you here the whole time? Or did you
Sorry,
like cut
what?
out? Were you here the whole time, or did you like cut out?
Oh, I was here the whole time.
Oh what?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was no technical difficulty. This guy just didn't talk. He just like cut out from like when he said Japan. He's just like, okay, like Japan.
No, I was like, well, I think but what I was trying to say was like cities in Japan. It's basically like didn't I say this already? Like separated. It's like jungle Asians and
Yeah, look at the map. Like you can see, like if you look at the mountainous parts, it's like It's like connected with the city.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting country.
I mean,
In many sort of ways, of course.
right.
Nothing too weird that I've seen.
Yeah.
Maybe some things.
I think I want to stop the stream for mine.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's what like OBS is causing the thing in it.
Yeah, I know we haven't discussed this, but should we get a guest for the next podcast? What do you think?
Yeah, like anyone like before when I didn't really know Duckham was like kind of worried because he probably like he's gonna probably talk about like some stuff that are like.
Oh, wait, Dockham is interesting. Okay, he's an immigrant from
Oh yeah,
Saudi, no,
in my
Afghanistan,
country.
and
Yeah.
as well as Ripper. But these are
Uh,
just aliases,
no,
guys.
different.
He's from
They're immigrants,
Iran.
but from
Sorry,
different.
Iraq.
So,
There's this guy from Iraq we know, and there's this guy from Afghanistan, and they both moved to Indo, and it's we don't know what it's like to just live from like transfer from another country because of like war. It's like refugees or something, right?
yeah.
I mean, I just can't imagine that if you're just leaving like your home country. Like, I can't imagine like I've been living here so long.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, no, like they're leaving because
Like,
because of
so you have to
something,
move to an
and
entirely
they have
different
to.
land.
Yeah, it's not like it's not their choice.
I guess, man. But the thing is, every time imagine this, I just imagine like a Doc M like baby being born during like a war in like some sort of like hut or something, and like gunfights
What the?
around, and then like the
This
mom
is
is
not.
like,
This is not like a war storm movie, right? Come on.
"All right, this is not like I don't know those Afghanistan
Afghanistan superhero
I'm no, like no
movies.
like those things on YouTube like American Marines start shooting at Talibans in Afghanistan or something and
Jesus.
you're like probably expecting someone to be killed like on camera.
I mean, we also have like a couple of others, not just like that. I mean, there's a ton of people in in the in the server.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot
we
of
can just
people.
like
We should make a Discord server for this podcast if any one of you
for us.
want
I
to join
mean,
the Discord server.
I mean,
Should we make a Discord server?
No, that's hard. No, you don't need. But it's like this thing is
Just
already.
message, just message, comment,
Yeah.
comment, just comment. But whatever you want, ask stuff. You can also like
Ask stuff.
potentially be a guest. It's gotta meet like certain requirements, like microphone. Even though our first podcast like attempt was like, oh, our microphones are like so soft, we can't even hear like Kali or something.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't even hear me. It's like really, really faint. I watched it again. And I'm like, what? I can't even hear myself.
Like,
What is this?
I did this. Like me too. I was like, I did this. I didn't really want to submit this. Like, I
No,
thought
but like
Kali
your
was okay
mic
with
is
it.
good though. I can hear it clearly.
Yeah, but I was also a bit cutty.
Hmm.
By the way, I'm thinking of changing this Dr. Genius thing next time to like I don't know something. Like, what do you want to put like Cali and cheese or something, or like Francis and should I actually mention your first name?
I mean, sure, like D Money.
Davey
No, no one calls me Dave.
Jones. Dave
No one
Bautista.
calls me Dave, dude. D Money.
D
Oh,
Money.
it's all about the money.
Yeah. I tricked people into calling me Frank. By the way, I was like, "Hey, you guys can call
Frank.
me Frank," until I got really sick of it. It's like I was like, "What the heck did I do?" I was like, "Just call me Francis," And then no, they can't stop. For some reason, I like these like alter egos thing with like I don't know. For some reason, I've observed that
What do you like? Split?
like I have different social selves when it comes to different people. You gotta adapt. Like this is only like a part of me talking to you, and I think that's a part of you talking to part of me. Because I don't know how you're like if you're like alone. The white
Dude,
void,
I'm alone. I'm always alone.
and I'm alone with a grandma and a mother. But usually I'm just like sitting in my own room, just computer, like doing math stuff because math HL get more effort for the EAs.
Yeah, I just recently got my GPA as well. Yeah.
Your what?
GPA.
What is that?
What? You don't know GPA?
GPA? No, I've only heard of it, but I didn't bother to like, what's a GPA or something.
grade point average. It's like the grade you get for like everything, like the basically like everything.
And how do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't know, kind of bullshit, because it doesn't, because it like it counts up all of your points. Like, so if you do really really average, you're gonna get trash. You're gonna get trash. If you're doing like really really average, you're gonna get like a bad GPA. But the problem is, like, I pass everything, but sometimes like on certain subjects I'm like low in those, but like on certain subjects I'm really great at those. So it's like it all comes down as one in the end, so it doesn't matter.
The thing I'm afraid
But
of
I
is
mean,
that in IB is that if you want to be something, and something like let's say not really related, I don't know, what is not really related? My like let's say business management. I feel business management, even though I took
right.
math HL and physics HL, and then like hey, I passed IB. Oh wait, you didn't do your EE, didn't do your CAS or something.
Yeah.
And then like oh you can't be a physicist even though you learned the physics stuff, you know. So it's like I feel oh okay I just did IB, got like a low grade. Yeah, that's like
But
the
there
main
are
fear.
business management for like promotion though.
And I don't know what I'm gonna use business management for. It was just a filler to be honest. BM was a filler. Like from I already had like 5 choices that were like Filipino's mandatory. I think Indo is mandatory as well.
Yeah, for me it's mandatory. For Indo it's mandatory. There's one that's mandatory, and there's one that you don't need to. Like foreign language, it's separated by French, Chinese, and Indo. I don't know why French though. Like,
French.
isn't like Germany the
Oh my!
isn't
I think I'm
Germany
being
the
racist
third?
now.
Nah, man, being racist is
French.
isn't Germany like the third used language? Why is it French?
9.
9?
9. You know, like no.
Oh, fucking asshole.
Hey, come on, man. Oh wait, it's PG anyway. You know, it's a PG podcast, so
We're not gonna show anything, so it's just gonna be like talking about
it's
things.
the freedom of
You know, it has to be PG.
if you're gonna
How
be
can it
like
not be
the type
PG?
of person that judges like people who swear, you know, it's just freedom of speech. Like you criticizing people swearing, that's like part of freedom of speech. So yeah, if you have like a problem, I would recommend like not to like freak out, but please watch. We need more viewers for the cast and share. You know, I'm going actually full sellout for this, by the way. But you know, like just try not to judge like some people, like with the expressing if you are that type of person. We're not saying you are, you know. I'm just trying to be very safe with my words. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just want to be like so safe, like the super safe zone.
Yeah, I don't really like being, because if I'm not talking like with the way that I want to talk,
You just end
then
up doing something else.
it's
like,
gonna sound really
doesn't sound like you.
make believe, and it's gonna sound really weird as well.
However, when you're talking to
care
like
about
other people, I guess that's when you have to put some etiquette, stuff like that, formality.
Because it doesn't make sense. Because later on, if you're gonna talk to someone with like someone of authority, like a teacher, like a teacher, your parents, or someone like important later on in life, you're not gonna say those words. Well, unless you're really addicted to those words, but you're just gonna say those if you're talking to your friends, to your buds, to your to your pals.
So if you're on speaker, we apologize.
What? Come on.
Like, what if a guy's like, "Oh my gosh, are you listening to like a really bad podcast? This podcast, podcast is like because you know."
Just said the F word. At least I don't say the N word. Come on.
Yeah, you know, like nets. New York. It was New York Nets. I don't know, some basketball team. I don't know. What am I doing? It's
New
like
York Nets. What? Okay. Sure.
bugnets. No, that's like a food in like the Philippines. Like bugnet. It's like a deep fried pork.
The only food I know in the Philippines is Lucky Me.
Oh wait, I have some Lucky Me. Like I have two
Oh
bag.
my god.
It's called Pancit Canton.
I'm sorry. What?
Pancit. Say Pancit Canton. It's
Pancit
it's at
Canton.
noodles,
Right.
and it's usually coming in like spicy flavor.
Oh yeah, it's also kind of weird. Kind of weird in my school because like no one really knows what race or what race I am. I mean, they know I live in Indo, like everyone else is in the school. But because I'm in a international school as well. IB. That's why. But like none of like most of the teachers don't know where I come from. Like they I think the librarian thought I was Japanese. The librarian and the cafeteria lady thought I was Japanese. My history teacher thought I was like Australian, and they do still think about this until now. Like
I think
they
you look like
they don't know
Elon
who I am.
Musk.
What?
I think your face kind of resembles Elon Musk.
My face?
Yeah, Elon
Elon
Musk,
Musk is
but
like
without the jawline.
square. Yeah, without the jawline. Yeah, cut those, dude. I don't have it. He has he has a big jawline. You don't know,
Yeah,
dude.
you see, SpaceX, we launch rockets.
No, he doesn't talk like that. Shut up. He doesn't talk like that.
Well, Batman, I'm not
what are
doing
you
it right.
doing Joker for? But yeah, not just no. Okay, not just Japanese, right? The first history teacher Australian, and then English teacher thought my accent was like South African, and then South African. Yeah. I don't even know. I was like, oh really? And she was like, did you had a South African teacher back then in your old school? I'm like, no.
We just sound South African.
South African. I don't know.
Like
but
so
that was like,
specifically South.
yeah. I don't know though.
You don't
like,
sound
that was,
African. You sound South African.
Yeah, you sound.
And
South
I can tell
African.
through your voice.
I mean,
So-
she's an English teacher, so I was like, I guess that's
not
the
linguistics. There's difference between English and linguistics. You know, like the voice gives off the entire message rather than like using like writing and stuff.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I guess. But that was like a year ago, like a year or more ago. So things have changed, and my accent's probably like different now. And to be honest, your old friends thought I was British as well.
I thought you were some part British. I didn't know you're like Asian.
I'm as Asian as it gets, dude.
Yeah, rice.
I don't know though. Maybe
lots of rice. You know.
No. Maybe like my ancestors, because of the whole colonization thingy, and I don't want to get into that too much, but you know, some of my DNA might have been changed a little bit, like the chain has been broken. But yeah,
Chains. Was there like a song or something?
what? Like
Like,
what,
like the
70s?
chains or something? Something about the chains.
The band Chainsmokers.
No, I don't even listen to them. I just.
I don't listen. But I know because you know.
Didn't you
there's
have like?
people that are
Sorry, but slave music, like the one like that you showed me.
Oh,
like,
Chain Gang.
was that song?
The Chain Gang by I forgot.
Okay, could you give me the sample of that? I forgot what it sounds like. I forgot the tune. Chain Gang lyrics. I bet you're searching that.
Yeah, you don't know.
I forgot it. I listened to it, but I forgot.
Yeah, Sam Cooke, Chain Gang. Just like listen to it. I love it. It's like in 50s, 50s, 40s, 60s, 50s, yeah, 50s, 40s music.
So
That's
yeah,
the sound of the men working on
the chain.
Gang. I think it's in Fallout. That's why I know about it. I don't know
It's the
that.
sound of the man
Stop.
Working on chains. Wait, that's a
Why? Why
Western
do you
guy.
do
No.
this?
What? I can do like a lot of impressions. Like my Joker impression.
No,
Oh,
those are
what
your
up, Batman?
impersonations are all trash. Come on.
Come on. Oh, okay. You can. Hot diggity dog. Oh my gosh! Like I'm dying
Oh,
like in the middle.
so
I just want to like laugh, but
I just want to like laugh.
like a hot diggity dog. Oh, this place is magnificent. I want to
Uh,
do like some impressions of people. Like, give me some like maybe other people know this guy, or that I
no, we're
know.
not.
Come on, I could like do. I want to like let the
Doc
audience know
Ham.
that I'm a multi-voice person and not just some
Okay, okay,
monotone
okay.
guy.
Doc Ham.
What's up, guys? I'm from Afghanistan.
No, already wrong. Already trash. Okay.
Wait, did you guys see Brennan? Is
Okay,
Brennan
no,
joining?
no.
Is
Okay,
Brennan
no,
joining
no.
us?
What about now, bit?
I can't copy his laugh. Okay, like the main thing is his laugh.
You just say,
Uh,
Okay.
I don't think they know who Navarro is. Maybe it could be potential podcast material. But shout out to Doc M. This is a
Shout out to Doc Ham. Hey,
formal,
if you're out
this is a
there,
casual
if you're hearing
invitation.
this,
We don't know if we're gonna invite you or not. We're gonna have to assess your
if
microphone.
you hear this, it's for you, boy.
Yeah, we have a lot of. We need microphone assessments for you guests if you're gonna join.
Doc Ham's mic is pretty good though. It's just that it captures like a lot of like background noise, to be honest.
And I could just hear like this, like I don't know, someone vacuuming, then someone cooking, like the electric fan in the background, like not even blowing on the mic, just the electric fan's motor sound. I mean, fan sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna 2019.
2019. It's like it's
Not even
like
exciting.
12:44 now.
Wait, everyone's waiting for 2020. No one cares about 2019.
2020? Why?
Yeah, because graduation.
Oh, right. Look, I didn't even care anymore about
And
that. Like, I didn't even
and the
think
more
about that.
for me, like there's like more space activity, like Elon Musk stuff.
I don't know. I was thinking, okay, once I once I finish school, I kind of want to have like a year. This is
Review.
what my brother did as well. Like after like graduation, high school, like he had like a 1 year of like break for him, basically.
I want to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to go like straight out. I've just at least what I want to do is just do the entrance exam. Oh, wait, no, that's gonna limit me.
No, the
Dang.
problem is,
I just want to be accepted already, and then like just wait. And like, I'm gonna sign up for the year after, so you guys can have like one school year first, and I'll join you later.
but for me, like as an artist, I'm gonna probably do like something based in long lines of like artist stuff, right? Illustration stuff. I'll probably need that 1 year because I have to make my portfolio at least like good first.
You're trying to be like an engineer and astrophysicist. It's like what I'm trying to do. Just imagine that you're like looking at like stuff, and then you're doing engineering at the same time. That's like two different things. I think I don't know if what I'm doing is right. I want to go into like aerospace / astronautical engineering.
You gotta go to the military.
Sorry, aeronautical or something, and then like do astrophysics, so I can actually apply and build stuff for my own like discoveries or something, research. Get paid, for my skills. Let's say I have 2 PhDs, masters. I got a master's degree in like I don't know, boxing or something.
Alright. I don't know. I'm too tired for that. I was thinking of actually joining the military or the Marines or the Army. I don't know.
and
Every time I see the
and
Marines,
but how will you use
it's
your
like,
artistic skills gonna go to waste? Like you're probably gonna get like shot and then like oh
oh
there
man,
goes the skill.
yeah, that's what I'm scared of. If I'm like I'm scared of getting my legs chopped off. Like, okay, who cares? They're probably gonna
Or
make
wait,
like,
you could be out of the 8 billion people in the world, you could be an irrelevant artist. You know, just if you know what I
yeah,
mean, you could just be
yeah,
like one of those like artists who just express themselves and not even show their art and become unfamous and make no money. You know, we
right,
gotta.
yeah.
That's what I find worrying for arts. Like I always wonder, like, what are you guys gonna do next? Like, other than just like making stuff, what else you guys gonna
That's
do?
why, for artists, and
Like,
I know it sounds like
there's a lot of
not,
there's. I'm just saying, there's a lot of good artists in the world. What makes you like,
yeah.
what makes you like a little little special guy?
Hey, hey, comedy, and you know my comedy.
You're not funny.
What? They're like, okay, you know what?
Like,
To the masses.
crack a joke.
Hey, no, I don't think that's right for this. I don't think my jokes are right for the audience for this
Oh, what is that
podcast, to
guy
be
from that
honest.
Spider-Man movie? Like, hey Miles, you gotta be like, hey, or something. I don't know.
From Spider-Verse.
Yeah, like there's that guy, the actor for like Cottonmouth. It's like, hey, you gotta be like deep, smooth jazz voice, and touch the
Yeah.
person's shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Man.
was like weirded out by that stuff. That's like if you do that in real life, you're probably just gonna get arrested or something.
I don't know. Look, as an artist, and I know how how as an artist you can kind of grow and then become famous and make a living out of it. You have to have that sort of like selling out mentality, kind of. It's like I see my friends, my artist friends, who are much more like popular than me or like famous. Like I gotta have that connection with them. Like if not, I'm just gonna die.
Here's
You
a
also have to go out.
here's a like it's an interesting idea I've had. Like, draw someone else's style.
Oh man, back then people used to do those, and then I mean still too to this day. But like back then, my friends used to draw like, oh, I'm gonna draw in your style, and then but like
No, I don't want you
I
to
didn't
draw in their style. I want you to draw their style.
I'm sorry, what?
Draw their style. No, 3 words. Draw the style or something.
Oh,
No more, no less. Draw the style. Don't draw with the style. You draw the style.
shut up. I don't know, man. Being an artist is hard because okay, the best thing you can be if you're like a comic book artist or like an illustrator, like a comic book artist, but like not like an illustrator painter, is basically like working in a kind of big comic.
And I'm just imagining in the
comic
future, like so many artists, like from the billions of people, that they actually have like cubicles for artists to like work
Oh my
for art firm or something. I don't
for
know.
art from. I mean, they kind of do,
We
but it's not
gotta
a
start
cubicle.
producing art.
But it's not a cubicle. I mean, they kind of do. Like their offices are just like basically like computers with Wacom's and tablets and stuff.
Hey, buddy, did you get
Drawing
those
pads.
6 art checks? Did you get those 6 artworks up and going? Hey, what's your
Man.
PhD, dude? PhD, Master of the Crafts, Art Genius, Artistic Genius
hearing
since I
about,
was
like-
like 1 or something. I don't know what
Hearing
I'm going
about
on
my
about.
teacher already saying like, hey, you should sell your art, because I did like an oil painting back in my school, and I was like, and I put it up, and then they were like, why aren't you making art and selling it? The teacher was like that. I was like, I don't know, because I don't know who to sell it. I don't know who's gonna buy it. Like, and they don't understand how like how, okay, if you as a person looking at that art, okay, this is a good art, but like everyone else in the whole world, they can be like, okay, that's just an oil painting. I can just search that up online, right? Like,
Yeah, because
you
there's
have
just
to,
so many now. There's so many.
yeah.
And that's just the real challenge. Just a lot of people. What can you do about it?
Hey, that's why as an artist, most artists tend to have like, oh, I'm an artist, but I'm also working on this. I'm also working on this thing. I'm working on this thing. Even my friends whose drawing was like so good, they're like, they're thinking of it like, yeah, I think I'm gonna like go into business as well, but drawing's as a hobby, and I'm like, shut up, your drawing is better than me. God damn it, I am probably not gonna make it as a hobby. That's why I don't know. Like, maybe if my life fails and goes to crumbles and trash, I'm probably gonna go into the Marines and probably die there. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might lose the art, you know?
Yeah, because like I was kind of thinking like I'll probably gonna be in the military for like 2 years, 3 years at most, and that if I don't draw there while at my time there, I'm gonna lose everything. I might probably not be able to draw anymore or know any of the
No,
anatomies
then you just
or
gotta
muscle groups.
pursue, like, what's it called? Like, the thing, yeah, art is a challenge if you wanna, like, survivability. Like, personally, like, no offense, like, artists, I just don't see how you get, like, I don't know, that
Money.
income. You know? Like I just wanna know how you guys deal with the challenge, like, your plan.
Oh, well, for
If you're
most
taking, like,
artists,
fine arts or something, I don't know.
fine arts, dude, fine arts makes a lot of money, and you just don't know about it. It's
Oh.
look, fine arts people, later on, that's why I kind of don't want to go in the fine arts direction because I don't like that. But what they do is that once you get graduate and everything, right? You're gonna have to have relations with like a museum or like an exhibitioner, like an
Oh,
exhibition
dude,
guy.
that sounds like you
Or-
get like a free ticket.
It's not a free. Well, you have
Like-
to do that, and then there's probably a lot of people that's gonna accept you. It's just that one. So basically, you have to make a really good relationship with that dude, and then later on, that guy will kind of sell your art as as a piece, and then they're gonna, and you have to bullshit. You have to bullshit, and they're gonna bullshit as well. So you have to bullshit about like, oh, this is portraying emotions, blah blah blah.
I am
blah,
the
blah.
best at that. The best in bullshitting
then-
art.
Later on, if you really have a good relationship with like
They'll
the
buy your art, right?
exhibitionist.
Will they just buy it or something? They'll display
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but like if you have a really good relationship with the exhibitionist or the museum guy or something like that, right? They're gonna like
Want you.
no, they already have you, but like they're just gonna like promote it more to the people. Like, oh, this guy is really famous, even though you're not. But they're gonna say it anyway. This guy's really famous. His art is well known. Like, I'm selling this like 50,000 million or something.
The thing is that there can only be so many famous people.
I know, but like people don't know that. People that buy art don't know that. People that are gonna buy art doesn't know that, right?
Yeah,
And
I'd
you're gonna,
agree.
like,
I'll just buy anything that
really?
looks good, you know?
yeah, this guy is famous, and I'm buying it. So that's why when I heard that, I was like, this is not what I'm gonna do, because like, even my art teacher was like, you're gonna get a lot of money, and you will get a lot of money, and it's like,
It's not about the money. I want to make art. I want to make
he says like,
art, man.
even if you're not that good, you will get some money at least. He says, because there are, as of right now, jobs that are like that. There's still a lot, like a lot of like jobs that want those kind of like bullshitting stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem is like he says you're not gonna you're not gonna enjoy your life because you're not gonna be doing what you're gonna like. Because the exhibitionists or the museum guys, they're gonna tell you what you're supposed to make.
They expect
Oh, try to make
something.
something like this. Try to make something like very postmodernist or very like contemporary artist or something like that. You're not gonna be able to like, oh, I want to make this or this, and you're gonna get controlled basically. And that's if you want to go into the fine arts thingy. But if you go to like illustration and stuff, the best thing you can do is try to find work for freelance illustration, do Patreon, do commissions, and then if you get enough like enough followers or like enough following, people from companies, from big companies, can kind of sponsor you and then ask, and then you guys can work together. An example with a really famous artist, I don't know how to say her or his name correctly, Ilya Kushinov. I think everybody knows her. She works with there's a new like animation movie that she was working on with another production, but basically she was no one. She was just like an illustrator, but now she's this big because of her following. Same thing with there was Little Thunder. She's working with some sort of like beauty company or like beauty corporate, a company that makes beauty products, and she's working on like making as the advertisements and all that. And yeah, best thing you could do is that, or work in comic industry. Yeah, work in the comic industry, basically that. Yeah, so that's how artists makes a living. If you're looking at artists in like Facebook or like Instagram and stuff, and they're not really that famous, like the way they're making a living out of it is probably by commissions, and they probably have like another side job that they do. Because yeah,
Like being a
if you're
teacher.
me,
Like no, like
I mean,
no. For example, like I know, like some people end up just being teachers, right? And they just do their freelance or
oh, my art teacher like does art, but he doesn't. I don't think he sells it or anything. He just like, I just teach art and I do art in my free time. Like, and it's like that. It's like, I think it's a hobby that he has, and he actually like likes art, but he just doesn't sell it. He just works to teach people art.
is that his passion or something? It doesn't sound very motivating. It's like it's
I don't know.
like daily.
But he kind of sounds boring though. Every time like he talks about something, it's like, man, his voice. There's no tone in it. But he's nice though.
Like more. You need more color in your life, you know.
No, he doesn't say that. He's like, it's just really straightforward. To be honest, he's just really straightforward.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but yes, I agree.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I see a lot of really good artists, and I just like, what do you do? Like, really, like, okay. And sometimes, like, okay, I understand commissions, right? Okay, if your art is good, a lot of people commission you. But then sometimes there's people that has really good art, but I've never seen them like, oh, commissions are open or something like that. Like, what do you do, dude, to get money?
What do you do to
It's
get
just weird.
money? The things people do for money, man. Like I'm evaluating my future. It's like, how am I gonna earn money if I'm just a physicist? If I'm, just,
Yeah,
I don't want to just work in like a university and just like have like an academic entire life or something. And then like I look at like SpaceX, you know, and it's like something revolutionary that I want to be part of. That's why I want to look at engineering as well. And I say, hey, it's just also useful for astrophysics. Why not take engineering if you're also like doing math stuff? It's
yeah,
like engineering is just, I don't know. It's like I feel like my future is just full of maths and sciences, and that if you want to be accepted, gotta be top. You know, you don't have to be the best. You just gotta be in top shot. and you gotta be like flexible. And if you could like combine like two things, not rely, let's say, in like commissions, like in the artist thing, it's like the wise thing to do for me.
Yeah. Dude, I've always been thinking like, man, because I've always been thinking like, what do they do? Like, am I gonna be able to succeed? Because a lot of like my teacher, my private teacher, and my dad, they'll say like, oh, it's easy. Once you get out, and then like, because when I was talking about it, it seemed so hard. Like I'm never gonna find a guy that's gonna accept me like in the arts industry to be like a fine arts guy, and they're gonna like sell my art for much. Like I'm not gonna be. There's gonna be so hard. To be honest, it's not that hard, but it's just like because I'm talking about it and I haven't known of anything about it, it sounds hard. So that's why I was always thinking like, if that doesn't work, I can probably maybe study like economics a bit, and the stock market. I can try to deal in the stock
Scam.
market, not scam, but like just dealing in the stock market. Like, oh, put my shares in like a certain certain thingy, certain things. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna put my shares on Apple because I know they're sustainable for like long period of time, and they're you know, as dividend goes up, my share they're probably gonna like go up as well, especially in popularity and stuff. You know, like learning about economics a bit. So if you know drawing doesn't work out, and because you know sometimes in art you just have to wait for popularity to come, or you just have to work for it, and it's not gonna come immediately, and it's not gonna come as much like if you're working hard. That doesn't in art it's different. Like, okay, if you're working hard in math and stuff, or like no, if you're working hard in like any of your jobs, you're gonna get what you know what you work for. You're gonna get paid for it. But for me, I mean for artists, it's not like that.
Wow.
It's like if you work hard, but you still don't get any followers, dude. Like nothing. You're not gonna get anything.
All you can do
So
is
you have to
express.
have
It's like
connection.
all you can do is just if you can't do anything else, all you can do is like all I have is the skill, but a lot of people have the skill, I guess. But if
You
I
just have
can't
to
get
have
anywhere,
connections.
you need connections to survive. And like
Always.
if it doesn't end up right, all you could do is just express yourself more. Put like sad paintings or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
well, thanks for your lecture
Yeah.
on fine arts
It's like
and
1 a.m. now.
arts. So yeah, so I think we should end this. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Even I'm
We
getting
should.
quite sleepy. And I would like to wake up early and do some homework because you
Right.
know, be productive.
Okay.
Alright, so thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll have like Doc M or Dr. Maverick.
Or anyone.
Yeah, or anyone for next
Really.
podcast. So we'll see you next week, hopefully. Like if we don't, if we're not like live on Friday, then we usually do it like the next
Next Friday or like the next.
or somewhere in the week, or like including Saturday and Sunday. Okay, because
Yeah.
like schedules. Yeah, we usually
Yeah.
try.
I mean, come on, we're IB students. We don't have enough. So we don't have
You'll
time.
understand. You'll understand if you
I
are.
understand. I understand clearly, dude.
All right. Thanks and see ya. Good night.
See you.